So since it's almost 2023, I'm deciding to make this video. It's basically the top 7 best videos on my channel, in my opinion. So I'm going to start from number 7 all the way to number 1. So yeah, pretty simple. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to start from number 7 and leave your opinion in the comments if you want to. So yeah. Number 7. So number 7 is the Boglin. The reason I chose this is because, you know, it's Boom. Boom is a great man. He's a clown. He's amazing. Boom is Boom. But the reason it's not any higher on this list is because it was kind of dragged out, and the final scene is kind of hard to see in the dark. Hope that was better. I mean, wish that was better, not hope. But, I mean, yeah. Boom is a pretty good character. I kind of liked him. Kind of like the idea of the video. But yeah, pretty much this is about when Balloon Boy buys a pet, and it turns out it's this creature, so he basically just has to kill it because it's trying to kill his friends. And yeah, not that high, but again, Boom is a good guy, and he's cool. Alright, so coming in at number 6 is Mario's Addiction. This video, it kind of for the same reason as Boglin, the Boglin. It was dragged out, and it was just pretty long, and the plot was good. The scenes with the goat were really good. Like that final scene was pretty good too. Yeah, I don't have as much problems as the Boglin with this one. That's why it's higher. And also it's a pretty iconic video as well. And it got a part 2. And well, that's on this list. You'll see when it's gonna appear. Just gonna tell you that. This video is about Mario getting an addiction with Goat Simulator, and the goat, he becomes real and a curse, tries to kill Mario, because Mario's been controlling the goat's whole life, so the goat doesn't like that. And it ends with Mario failing to kill the goat, and he escapes. And we'll get to him later, like I said. Okay, so yeah, that was number 6, and now we're going to be moving on to number 5. Now, number 5. Number 5 is the Iggy Boy on the Dimension Traveler series, and the reason this is on number 5 is because it was a good crossover. It wasn't too intense. It's mostly like a funny episode. Like, there wasn't much, like, lore going on, and I feel like if I would put lore in the video, it wouldn't be as good, because it would be kind of boring. So this is a good crossover video. You know, Comet, he explores this new dimension with new characters, and the Iggy Boy is there, and he offers to show him his world. And Comet agrees, and he goes to Super Mario Plush Adventures, E.T., I Hate Kids, and Resurrection. And then it ends with the Iggy Boy summoning the one and only Jimmy. The Jimmy. Like, the Jimmy. You know? The Jimmy. And it's a cool battle. Pretty funny. And that's probably the most intense part of the episode. And it's a good episode. So yeah. Moving on to 4. Number 4, we have The Multiverse, which is basically Super Mario the Movie 2. The first one, it basically wasn't even canon because it took place, like, way into the future. So this is, like, the first canon one, basically. So this one's about Mario finds a pipe, and it actually leads to the same dimension that he went to, like, maybe 2 years before this video? No, 3? I don't know. And it has this faker Mario. And turns out, that's actually his dad. And it's a plot twist villain. He tries to kill Mario, and of course he fails. And the final battle happens when he goes to this other dimension and tries to kill this dragon. And he turns into Metal Mario. It's basically like an Iron Man version of himself. I thought that scene was kind of cool, but it wasn't really needed. I feel like it should have just ended before this scene. But yeah, it's a good movie. I'm glad I made it. I'm glad it is canon. I don't regret making it, unlike some movies. 100 subs. But it may be canon. 100 subs might be canon in the future, as you can tell by the post-credit scene of the Void. Okay, anyway. Yeah, this movie was pretty good. I mean, yes. Anyway, number 3. Number 3 is part 2 of Mario's Addiction, Goatpocalypse. This video was so much better than the first one. It's a lot more intense and, like, crazy. Like, the goat is insane. It's got some cool lighting, as you can tell from the scene that is on the screen right now. It's got, like, red flashing lights. So there's, like, 3 phases of the goat battle. There's the first one where he first appears, and the one in the middle where he just tries to take revenge because Mario bought the 3rd game, and then the final one where he gets defeated. For now. You never know when the goat strikes back. Could at any moment. Stay safe, guys. Now moving on to number 2. Now number 2 is The Rise of Infinite. This is probably my favorite movie that's not in parts that I've made, because, like, I don't think it's the longest one. I don't know, I have to check. If it's the longest one, I'll put it on the screen. But it has, like, pretty good pacing. It's got, because other movies, sometimes they could be a little bit quick, maybe. But this one's got good pacing. It's got cool effects, cool scenes, especially the final scene, and other ones are good too. This movie is basically about Eggman creating Infinite, and, like, Infinite does a pretty good job at killing, because he kills almost everyone. And during the movie, they need more people, so they make a time machine and bring back past Sonic. So I think that was kind of cool. Yeah, and at the end, Sonic turns into Super Sonic, and he kills Infinite before he disappears, because past Sonic died, which means that present Sonic's gonna die. So he kills Infinite before that happens, and his friends come back, and he returns past Sonic into the past, and everything goes back to normal. So yeah, probably my favorite movie, full movie, and yeah. Number 1. Okay, so before we get to number 1, I'm gonna make 4 honorable mentions. 2 of the FNAF Halloween parts, both of them, I'll just put them into one, I guess. They were good, and also 2 more, Ghost Hunters and Sans the Skeleton. They were Dimension Traveler episodes, and they were good too. I like those. But the Iggy Boy, I think that was the best one so far. Now, let's get to number 1. And the best video of Videogameproductions 2022 is the end from Dimension Traveler, the final part of the Void movie. This was a good ending for the Void. He died in such a cool way, in the Comet Super form. So I think that was pretty cool. And I think it was pretty well made. The music was good, the sound effects, the lighting, I guess, and just, like, the angles. Everything was pretty good. The only problem I have with it, it's kind of minor, but it's how dragged out the Void's afterlife scene was. I feel like there's too much talking. The party scene, that was pretty good. I like that one. But the Void dies pretty early in the episode. The part. But I guess that's okay. It doesn't bother me too much. It's just the afterlife scene that's kind of dragged out. But I don't think I would replace this episode with a different ending. I think this ending was pretty good. And I think the next Dimension Traveler movie is gonna be good just as much, or maybe even better, because I'm getting a tripod, so maybe that'll help with some scenes, make it look a little bit cooler. And yes, that's the best video of 2022. I wonder what the next best video is going to be. I might make another one of these videos at the end of 2023. And if I don't, make sure to remind me, because I might.